Let me tell you a story of how Jamaica changed the world. By 1831, the system of forced labor, mainly through chattel slavery, would have existed in Jamaica and most of the other colonies in the Americas for close to 300 years. Almost all production of value in the colonies involved the use of forced and unpaid labor. This meant that all the profit and wealth created in the colonies, which went to enrich the European empires, whether from mining of gold nuggets, production of sugar, or domestic work, came from the subsidy that unpaid labor provided. To justify denying labor a share of the profits from production by not paying wages, the enslaved person was dehumanized and considered the property of the slave master. However, in the heart of our island, amidst the sugarcane fields and the oppressive weight of colonial rule, Sam Sharp emerged as a beacon of enlightenment. A Baptist deacon, a visionary, and a man of unwavering faith. He challenged the status quo on a fundamental and profound level. With his sermons, he elevated the minds of his fellow enslaved by showing them that Christianity did not justify slavery. In fact, slavery was inconsistent with Christianity. One could not be a Christian and be a slave or enslave another. Second, he demanded economic rights, organizing probably the first industrial action, as we term it today, in the form of a peaceful labor strike to secure a reasonable wage rate of half the going wage rate at the time. The enslaved workers swore an oath to stay away from work until their demands were met by the plantation owners. What began as passive resistance became a full-fledged rebellion. It echoed across plantations, villages, and hearts. The winds of change carried more than whispers. They carried the flames of rebellion. The Baptist War, as it became to be known, erupted in 1831 and became the largest slave uprising in the British West Indies. Sam Sharp's vision was more than securing personal freedom. It demanded economic justice. He understood freedom also meant the power to control resources and engage in meaningful and rewarding production. The rebellion was brutally put down, and Sam Sharp was hanged on May 23rd, 1832. As the rebellion echoed through the hills and across the Caribbean Sea and beyond, it reverberated in the British Parliament. Not only was the rebellion a wake-up call to the precarious and fragile state of the colony and a harbinger of more rebellions to come, it was also used by abolitionists as the perfect example of the brutality and immorality of slavery. By the time of the Sam Sharp Rebellion, the Industrial Revolution was well underway. Technological advances and the development of free market ideas and principles inevitably came into conflict with planter interest. The profits from sugar were artificially created by slave labor, and the production of slave economies could be more efficiently done by industrial economies, which would mean lower prices to the British consumers. Sam Sharp's rebellion therefore showed that slavery as an economic system was no longer viable. Finally, the cries of the oppressed could no longer be ignored. In 1833, the Slavery Abolition Act was passed, a seismic shift that shattered the chains binding millions. Jamaica stood at the forefront, a testament to courage and resilience. Full emancipation was finally achieved at midnight on July 31st, 1838. And so, on This day, so hallowed in our history, we gather as one people to commemorate the unconquerable spirit of our ancestors, the brave souls who broke the chains, who dared to dream of freedom, and who ignited a flame that would forever change the course of history. Today we raise our voices in jubilation. We honor Sam Sharp, whose sacrifice ignited a revolution. We remember his famous words in a letter to the British Parliament. He said, "I would rather die upon yonder gallows than live in slavery." We remember the countless souls who toiled, suffered, and yearned for a dawn of liberty. Their legacy courses through our veins, urging us to build a Jamaica where justice flows like our rivers, where equality blooms like our tropical flowers. We cannot afford to rest on our laurels. The struggle for justice persists with the lessons of history still echoing in our lives today. It is crucial that we continue to advocate for reparations, but we do not wait on it. We must use our freedom to build our own wealth and secure our economic independence. Every child who celebrates freedom today must be taught that their joy is built upon the courage and sacrifices of those who fought for freedom and for the right to be able to use our God-given talent and energy for our sustainable economic gain. So together, we honor our past, shape our future, and march towards our glorious shared destiny as a proud and free people ignited with purpose. Happy Emancipation Day, Jamaica.